Hey, friend. So I have been going through a lot of processing, integrating emotions, feelings, thoughts of the past. And it has been very intense healing going on. And it's literally around my children, ones in particular, but definitely around my kids. And I'm 55. My children are 33 and 29. So they're men. They're not really children. They're not children really anymore. But the thing about being a parent is accepting responsibility for the choices that you made. If there's any choices that you made that you felt uncomfortable with now, or you're sitting with that still feels uncomfortable with you, it's about forgiveness. It really is forgiving yourself. And a lot of this stuff is trauma, and trauma gets passed on to our children because of what we went through as children and as adults as well. And so I've really been digging into this healing process of really forgiveness of self. And that has been very powerful, eye-opening, and it's really, truly incredible. So the one thing that I have really been working on is seeing things from the perspective of my child and the choices that I made when they were growing up. And when I really dug into the perspective of how I showed up, what they were experiencing, who I allowed to be around them, those choices too, all of it, just all of it, the parenting, the way I dealt with school systems, and I say dealt with because that's what I was doing, and I'll get into that too. Everything when I was raising my kids, I had to deal with this, I had to deal with that, and there was such a pile up of things to deal with that I literally couldn't see anything except for the one lens and what I was experiencing. And that really was very impactful to my children. There were literally times that I would be having a good time and I would be like, oh, this isn't real. This isn't real. This is just like a moment. It's not going to last. And I literally thought like that a lot, most of the time, when anything good was going on. I'm like, oh, it's not going to last. And that's because of the way my mind was at the time and the way I had been trained and raised that, life sucks and you die, victim mentality, lack of boundaries, severe codependence, all of these things. And you can also be codependent on your children too, even when they're little, because you feel like they are the most incredible thing and you love them so much and you can put a lot of your worth onto them. But where you put your worth onto something, whether it be a person, place, or thing, that's where you endure the most suffering, because the joy and the happiness needs to be coming from within and not out. And that is a lot of pressure to put on children. And I see that so much. Like the one phrase, I should say, that I hear so much of, that I do not say this to my children, is that I'm proud of you. And people think that's probably crazy. Like, what do you mean you're not proud of your kids? It doesn't matter if I am proud or not. It is how they feel about themselves, because if they're looking to me to be proud of them, then they're seeking external validation, and the validation really needs to come from within. Now, I am happy for them I support them, I love them, and I want them to be proud of themselves because of who they are, the things that they have done, and how they've grown into the men that they are. And that is where you give them power. You empower them to be proud of themselves, to love themselves, to appreciate what they have done because they have done the work. They have done the thing that you're quote unquote proud of. And when you think of it that way, it really gives them power. When you're saying, I'm proud of you, and they're looking to you, it's disempowering. It's taking power away from them because they're looking for that external validation. And the thing is, as parents, we're going to disappoint our children if all of their worth, their self-worth, their need for validation is within us, and then we don't validate something within them, it crushes them. And that's the reason why I'm talking about this stuff. The other thing I talked about is that handling. I had to handle this situation. I had to deal with it. Man, what a negative attitude. How many times do you find yourself saying, I gotta handle this, I gotta deal with this. Oh my God, I gotta deal with this situation. The one thing that I decided to change in my language when I have a situation with anyone, my children, my spouse, client, whatever, is that I take care of it with care. Taking care. And I mean, I'm just going to take care of this. It's not like that. That's not what I'm saying, because there's intention behind the words. I'm going to take care of this situation. I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to take care of my son, my spouse, whoever it is, in any situation. If you approach it that way, it really has a different vibrational frequency of love, compassion, empathy, and that is powerful. And how you go into that situation as well is powerful, because you have the mentality, the heart, and your nervous system is not in defense, like I gotta deal with this, but it's in love, where I'm taking care of this. It is so different. And I'm so grateful for this one tool of mindset, of emotional regulation that has come in for me, because I find that it's so important how we show up in our lives for people, and especially our children that are in our impact field of decisions that we make. And the biggest thing that I found is that seeing it, again, the perspective part, seeing it from the perspective of my child, seeing how he may have felt in that situation, and taking that into accountability, because we're connected, we're one anyway. And so when you're tapping into that and really looking at it from the child's perspective, now my sons are, like I said, 29, 33, but there are things that happened when they were much younger. And really looking at that and examining those things, and how I reacted, and how I responded, and how I apologized about these things, but not really getting the depth and the message. And so these are the types of things that I work on, the things that I teach and help others with, because I am not perfect. We are always learning and growing, and isn't that just amazing that we can expand and learn and grow to different levels each and every day if we so choose. And so I'm passing this on as a love letter to all of you. Have a blessed day.